Hello, Namaskar, and a very good evening to all the viewers watching our session out there. This is Simran Singh, and you are watching this particular session. It's running on PM Vidya channel number 6 to 12. Well, we have our different mediums through which you all can connect with us. You all can participate in our conversations. And that is our YouTube channel. You all know it's NCERT official. So it's around 4 p.m. on your watch, and from Monday to Fridays at this particular time, that is from 4 to 5 p.m., we come up with our special sessions to enhance your understanding about diverse fields. So you must be willing to know what are we going to discuss today. Well, it's all about digital initiatives in education by NCERT celebrating Vidya Amrit Mahotsav and providing us more guidance and more light on the issue that we are discussing today. We are also joined by a few panelists in the session. So allow me to introduce you with our today's guest. In the conversation here in studio, we are joined by Mr. Arvind Gupta sir. Namaskar sir.
Namaskar ma'am.
Sir is National Team Lead serving at NDR Diksha Project Management Unit. We welcome you in the conversation with open arms. Then just besides him is our next panelist, Miss Megha Kumar. Namaskar. Good evening. आपका भी बहुत बहुत स्वागत है इस सत्र में.
Thank you.
Ma'am is serving as Senior Consultant at NDR Diksha Project Management Unit. Then our last panelist for the conversation, Miss Charul Dhingra. Namaskar ma'am.
Namaskar.
We welcome all our panelists with open arms in the conversation, and Charul ma'am is serving as Vidya Amrit Mahotsav, subject matter expert for the conversation today. So in this live interactive session, I welcome all our viewers. If you have any of the queries, then feel free to write down to us in the comment section of NCERT official. Besides, here is a contact number that is flashing on your screens. So feel free to give us a call at 8800440559, and a specific help desk mail ID is again flashing on your screens. It is training.helpdesk@ciet.nic.in. So moving ahead in the conversation, discussing more on Vidya Amrit Mahotsav and the digital initiatives in education by NCERT, I would like to invite Mr. Gupta to open the conversation and lay a strong foundation for all our viewers.
And thank you ma'am. Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity and inviting us here today, talking about Vidya Amrit initiative. So I would like to highlight that Vidya Amrit aims to encourage, it aims to recognize and nurture all the innovations in the form of micro improvement. It's in millions, and it helps across all the 1.5 million schools. So I would also like to highlight that, or let's understand this with an example. I want to run a marathon, and when I want to run a marathon, then I have a plan to achieve that goal. How do I do that? So I can break my plan into small steps. So when I break them into small steps, maybe I think of walking a little on day 1, then I can plan it for 7 days, that I can do brisk walk, and then I can start running, let's say 7 kilometers, 10 kilometers, and then I can go with 42 kilometers. So I am breaking my entire plan into small steps. So I am starting with something, I am taking a small step. So that's what Vidya Amrit talks about. It talks about, it aims to encourage those innovations, what we do, into small steps, and then we also create the repository of those improvement projects. Those repository can be shared with other learners and users. You will often come across, we say that Vidya Amrit, or we interchangeably use it with micro improvements. So we have understood when we talk about Vidya Amrit, then it aims to encourage the micro improvement, it aims to encourage the small steps. So let's not get confused with that. Now taking this discussion ahead, when we talk about micro improvement, then Diksha also has a capability, Diksha app per se has a capability of micro improvement project, which is there on Diksha, and this project can be created by anyone leveraging this capability of Diksha app. So once this project is created and made live on Diksha for the targeted users. So when I say targeted users, this project can be created, let's say targeted users could be teachers, educators, head teachers. So this project is created for the targeted users. Now users, in order to access a project, can log into Diksha app or on Diksha after doing the registration on Diksha. So once they do it, they just need to update their profile. And once they update their profile, then they can access a project and leverage this capability and can also submit their entries to this. So now we have understood what is Vidya Amrit. We have understood that it aims to encourage the micro improvement. We have understood that there is a capability. So keeping all these things in mind, if we move ahead, so I would like to highlight that, it's very important that on 29th July 2022, our Honorable Home Minister and Education Minister, in presence of many more dignitaries, Vidya Amrit was launched. Vidya Amrit initiative was launched by them. So that means we need to aim, we need to encourage the various micro improvement initiatives under this. So this initiative was launched by our Honorable, and then we also have a web page wherein we on web page we can highlight. I think we'll come to that web page later, but I can tell you we have a web page where all the information, all the initiatives with respect to Vidya Amrit has been put on there. So a lot of initiatives which is being taken under Vidya Amrit initiative has been captured, has been put on this website, on this web page. Bihar is another example where we know that guided reading campaign was driven by Bihar, and more than 25,000 projects, micro improvement projects, were created at that point in time. So it's well established, it's running in a very effective way. Now with that, I would also like to tell you and share this information with my viewers that innovative pedagogy competition, that's another initiative which was taken by MOE, and this was launched during Shiksha Parv 2022. So under this initiative, teachers, educators, head teachers are encouraged to submit their innovation leveraging the capability of Diksha app, that is called Micro Improvement Project. And it's important to understand that web page which I mentioned here is disseminating the information with respect to Vidya Amrit initiative. We have all the use cases or most of the use cases on this web page, and it's a tool which we have when we talk about Diksha app capability. So that's another part. So we have two things: one, web page disseminating the information. On the other side, we have Diksha app, which is a capability. So one can leverage this capability to make effective use of and effectively implement this initiative. So with that, I would request Megha to talk more about this innovative pedagogy competition. Megha.
Thank you, Arvind. So Vidya Amrit Mahotsav is a national level festival, and it is very much in line with National Education Policy 2020 and its recommendation and objectives. So our National Education Policy 2020 recommends that we nurture innovations in all domains of education and recommend the need for education, for innovation, and encourage the expression of out-of-box thinking and ideas. So it is a national level festival which aims to promote and recognize micro improvements for innovative pedagogy, and this needs to be implemented by teachers, teacher educators, and school leaders, which can also be headmasters or principals. So it is launched on Shikshak Parv and is being celebrated on the account of Shikshak Parv. So what will Vidya Amrit Mahotsav achieve? So like Arvind ji explained us the example of marathon. We take small steps to reach out to the level of 42 kilometers, right? So it is about making consistent and small steps. So it is a series. So Vidya Amrit Mahotsav is a series of consistent and small steps that can be taken over time to make systemic change. That's what we are trying to achieve through Vidya Amrit Mahotsav. It's the systemic change. So through Vidya Amrit Mahotsav, we aim to encourage the teachers, school leaders and teacher educators to come up with innovative ideas, and we want to inspire the teachers and educators who are not yet innovating to understand innovation and enable them to learn innovation. And for those teachers who are already innovating, we are encouraging them to document their innovation ideas through Diksha app. So through this Mahotsav, we would recommend for you to submit your innovative ideas so that we have a bank of school improvement solutions, so that we understand that you are also contributing to these school improvements. And last but not the least, we want to recognize and appreciate the teachers, school leaders and teacher educators who are submitting their innovative solutions, who are actually implementing innovative ideas inside the classroom.
So,
Yeah, go ahead.
Megha, we have tried understanding a lot about what the theme of Vidya Amrit Mahotsav is, right? It's innovative pedagogy. We have received a lot of information about it through this webinar also. I would like our viewers to understand a little bit about what do we mean by innovative pedagogy when we say that's the theme of this festival.
Sure. So innovative pedagogy is, in this Vidya Amrit Mahotsav, there are various fields in which the teachers and teacher educators can submit the ideas. And it can be on your screen, as you can see, it can be around curriculum pedagogy and assessment. It can be around infrastructure, around the school or community. It can be around the people in the school or community, about inclusive practices for your children with special needs, around governance and management, in your leadership with your senior management, around the beneficiary satisfaction, or it could be around technology. To understand more, we will go through a video. I would like my viewers to go through this video.
Already know that National Education Policy 2020 emphasizes the need for innovation in all domains of education. One of the ways of innovations in schools and classrooms is through innovative pedagogy. Innovative pedagogy involves proactively using new teaching strategies and methods in the classrooms to improve academic outcomes and address real problems to promote equitable learning. It makes learning more engaging and enjoyable for children. Not all children in your school are the same. They come from different social and cultural backgrounds, different educational backgrounds. They have different attention spans and interests, different language abilities and learning styles. Using innovative pedagogy will help you cater to their needs, as you will have simple and relevant teaching learning processes based on the context and the needs of your students. These new processes will make classroom teaching more meaningful. Textbook teaching and use of Blackboard can be complemented with effective use of teaching learning material, infrastructure and technology as learning aid. Innovative pedagogy also includes peer learning and classroom activities for students at all learning levels with a focus on students' progress. To achieve this, National Education Policy 2020 suggests various areas of innovative pedagogy: hands-on learning, where you give students real-world projects, take them on field visits, etc. Digital learning, where you can use different digital tools to teach various concepts, integrating arts and sports in the curriculum, and many more. In Vidya Amrit Mahotsav, you have the opportunity to share any innovative pedagogy practice that you have executed in your classroom or school. Let's come together for the Mahotsav of Innovation. We wish you all the best.
So now, to understand further about innovative pedagogy, we'll understand a few more examples. So मैं एक एग्जाम्पल देती हूँ कि एक टीचर था, जिसने अपनी क्लासरूम में हर चीज़ ट्राई की, बट उसको स्टोरी उसने सुनाने का ट्राई किया क्लासरूम में, बट उसकी स्टूडेंट्स को वो स्टोरी अच्छे से समझ नहीं आ रही थी. सो उसने अपनी टीचिंग मेथडोलॉजी के बारे में रिफ्लेक्ट किया, तो उसे समझ में आया कि वो वॉइस मॉड्यूलेशन उतने अच्छे से नहीं कर रहा है, और उसे लगा कि वो एक्टिविटी भी नहीं यूज़ करता. सो उसने क्या किया कि अपनी टीचिंग एंड लर्निंग मटेरियल्स को यूज़ किया, बट उससे भी उसे लगा कि क्लासरूम में काफ़ी मिसमैनेजमेंट होने लगा था और लर्निंग आउटकम अचीव नहीं हुआ. सो नाउ व्हाट द टीचर डिड was he went through the learning resources on Diksha and shared them with the teachers, with the students. Now अब उसने students को वो resources तो share कर दिए मोबाइल पे, but then he also understood that not everyone has access to device. Not everyone had access to the mobile phone. कुछ बच्चों के पास था, कुछ के पास नहीं था. So the teacher paired a few students in the community in such a way that in a group a few people had mobile devices and the others did not, so that everyone had equal opportunity for learning. Now once the teacher shared the resources, he also spoke with parents to allow the students to go through the resources. Now the students went through the resources, and next day the teacher observed that the students positively participated in the classroom. उन्होंने कुछ क्वेश्चंस भी रेज करे और क्लासरूम में काफ़ी अच्छे से पार्टिसिपेट किया, बट स्टिल देयर वर अ फ्यू चिल्ड्रन in the classroom who did not completely achieve the learning outcome. So what the teacher did was he distributed flashcards within a classroom. So sequence of events in a story समझाने के लिए टीचर ने क्या किया कि 2 सेट ऑफ फ्लैश कार्ड्स को डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किया क्लासरूम में. एक सेट ऑफ फ्लैश कार्ड्स में पिक्चर्स थी और अदर सेट ऑफ फ्लैश कार्ड्स में टेक्स्ट था. सो फर्स्ट द टीचर आस्क्ड द स्टूडेंट्स टू रीअरेंज द फ्लैश कार्ड्स एज इन द स्टोरी, as the events in the story happened, and then the text. So then the teacher assessed the classroom and he saw that the learning outcome was achieved. So these are the small innovative ideas that Vidya Amrit Mahotsav is basically asking you to submit. For a school leader, because this Mahotsav is also for school leaders and teacher educators, some of the school leaders have also innovated. So one of the innovations that happened was that some of the mothers of students had reached out to a principal and said that we have a lot of time in hand and we want to use it positively. So we are reaching out to you for help and support. So the school leader came around with a lot of mothers, and she had spoken to a lot of mothers, and उन्होंने सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप इकट्ठा बनाया एक. सो विद सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप उन मदर्स का बहुत ज़्यादा जो टाइम वेट करने में या घर के कामों में जितना यूज़ हो रहा था, उन्होंने ट्राई किया मैनेज करने का कि वो अपने छोटा बिजनेस भी स्टार्ट कर सकें, टेलरिंग का या पिकल मेकिंग बिजनेस का. एक दूसरा इनोवेशन ये भी था स्कूल लीडर्स का कि उन्होंने टीचर्स के साथ, जैसे हम स्टूडेंट्स के साथ एक लर्निंग सर्कल बनाते हैं और ये सर्कल टाइम करते हैं, उनको रिफ्लेक्ट करने के लिए बोलते हैं स्टूडेंट्स को, ताकि हम वो समझें कि कैसे क्लासरूम में कुछ चीज़ें अच्छी हुई और कुछ चीज़ें वो डिफरेंटली कर सकते थे. सिमिलरली स्कूल लीडर्स ने टीचर्स के साथ किया कि आज का लेसन प्लान्स जितने भी उन्होंने एग्जीक्यूट किए हैं ऑन डेली बेसिस, उनमें क्या अच्छा हुआ और क्या डिफरेंटली वो कर सकते थे. सो ऐसे सर्कल टाइम किया उन्होंने ऑन एवरी डे बेसिस, एंड बाय द एंड ऑफ द मंथ दे कुड see some systemic change in their classrooms. So these are the ideas that Vidya Amrit Mahotsav is basically looking forward to.
Yes, thank you so much for providing us all those important details associated with Vidya Amrit Mahotsav. And also we would like to know more, but before that I would like to inform all our viewers that in the conversation we still have around 30 minutes left. So regarding this particular context, if you have any of the queries, our experts would be more than happy to take all your questions. So you can drop your comments, your messages in the comment section of NCERT Official. Besides, there are different mediums through which you can connect with us. Either you can connect with us through our contact number or the mail desk help ID that is flashing on your screens. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. So now the question is, किसको participate करना चाहिए? Teachers, teacher educators और school leaders को participate करना चाहिए. पर क्यों करना चाहिए? So उन्हें इसलिए करना चाहिए ताकि उनको recognition मिल सके. State level पे, national level पे उनके वीडियो सबमिट होंगे, उनको recognize किया जाएगा कि वो कुछ innovative कर रहे हैं classroom में. And imagine there will be a huge network of these innovative solutions. So even if one of the 10 teachers start using someone else's idea also of innovative solution, imagine the amount of contribution in school improvements that can happen. Then there is a platform that NCERT is also giving a platform for representation of every block, every district, every cluster to submit their innovative ideas on Diksha app without any discrimination. So every teacher in the school gets the same opportunity. And even the schools, the NGOs can participate in this. They can help the teachers get, build ideas. They can collaborate with schools, with school leaders, with teachers, with teacher educators. So there will be a collaborative ecosystem.
So Megha, I think it's interesting to know. It's good now we understand that this competition, innovative pedagogy competition, which you just referred, is at the national level. So and our teachers, educators, and head teachers, they can leverage the Diksha app and can start participating their entries in this competition. And plus, very interesting, that a repository can be created. So now we are moving from learning, it's a transformation, right? So it's moving from learning to improve. Yeah. So you learn and then improve. So that's really interesting. So if you could also share, that how the entire phases would look like, because it's a journey, right? Yeah. So we have a lot of phases that state or UTs in this case, like I mentioned, needs to create or put the project leveraging this capability, and so a lot of readiness and preparedness. There are so many schools, I would say 1.5 million schools across the nation, so that preparedness needs to be done. And then of course this needs to be implemented. You also talked about NGO enabling, NGOs can facilitate enabling the entire ecosystem and can become a key actor and can play a very important role. NGOs can also play a role not only at the national level but also at the state level, district level, school level, by collaborating, by supporting schools, and by creating awareness about this program amongst the teachers. So many things needs to be done. So that's interesting. So please, explain our viewers the entire cycle phases, that how would it work and how would it move?
Sure. Thank you, Arvind. So इस महोत्सव के 4 phases हैं: preparation, program implementation, evaluation और celebration. Now preparation phase is basically for states and UTs to enable a capability, as Arvind ji said, which is on Diksha app. So states and UTs will enable that capability on Diksha app for teachers, educators and school leaders. So उन्हें कुछ prerequisites करने हैं जिसकी वजह से उनका project दीक्षा पे दिखने लगेगा. फिर जब project दीक्षा पे दिखेगा तो वो एक link देंगे project का जो सारे teachers, educators और school leaders के पास जाएगा. And now the program implementation phase starts when the link goes. The teachers and school leaders and teacher educators will basically go through these steps in the project, which my colleague Charul will also speak about. So in this program implementation, इसमें teachers अपने videos को submit करेंगे और फिर जितने states, जितने district level पे videos आएंगे उतना अच्छा awareness and outreach होगा इस महोत्सव का. And then there will be evaluation phase where all the videos from states will be evaluated at the state level. So on the basis of some criteria, there will be top 15 videos selected. They will also be acknowledged by the states, and then पब्लिक वोटिंग होगी इसकी. सो पब्लिक वोटिंग और रेटिंग के बेसिस पे टॉप 3 वीडियोस पर स्टेट सिलेक्ट होंगे और फिर वो नेशनल लेवल पे सबमिट किए जाएंगे. नाउ टॉप 3 वीडियोस फ्रॉम ईच स्टेट्स एंड यूटीज विल कम, which will further be evaluated, and top 10 videos will be selected.
So, okay. So, if I understand correctly, making project live via or on Diksha app is prerequisite before teacher or educators can start participating in this, right?
Absolutely.
So that's one important information I could gather. That's good. And also the important thing here is to highlight that rating would be given. So it's not that evaluation is happening only at the jury level. So it's like evaluation is taking place considering the rating which we get from viewers, and also the number of plays, number of times the content or the resource have been played on Diksha. So it's very interesting, Megha.
Yeah, and let's not forget the 4th phase, which is why this is happening, the celebration phase. So top 10 videos nationally would be acknowledged by CIET, NCERT, and would be celebrated. Those are the 4 phases.
Great. So repository is also created, yes. National recognition is given, and then the best practices can be shared. So that's what the real power, strength of micro improvement capability. So start with the small steps. That's what we spoke about. NEP, National Education Policy 2020, has defined or has given very inspiring goals, objectives. And then Ministry of Education has also come out with multiple schemes. And then we also have goals and objectives at the state level. Then we also have the goals and objectives at the district and also at the school level. So imagine with so many schemes out and then with so many objectives at various levels, then we talk about teachers. So on the other hand, then we have teacher, educators, head teachers at various levels. So it's important, they must be having big ideas that how do we achieve those goals or those objectives. So those big ideas can be broken into series of micro improvement, meaning let's start with the small steps. So that's really informative. So with that I would request Charul, if how teacher would start thinking about this innovation. We saw the video, we saw and we understood this entire competition, but then would you like to share how teacher could move ahead, or how educator or head teacher could move thinking ahead, that how would they prepare the start thinking about this innovation?
Thanks. That's a very relevant question, but before I go into how teachers and school leaders can think about innovation, let's break the myth of what innovation is. हम जब innovation की बात करते हैं, हम बात करते हैं कुछ बहुत बड़े ideas की, कुछ एकदम out of the box thinking की. बट जैसा मेघा अभी बता रही थी, innovation वो है जो आपके बच्चों के लिए सबसे ज़्यादा मायने रखता हो. When you talk about innovation, you talk about those teaching practices in the classroom which are most relevant to the context of your students. If you are doing a simple read aloud and it's benefiting your children, that's an innovation for your classroom. Now let's see how a teacher or a school leader can go about conducting the project. तो हम ऐप पे भी इस प्रोजेक्ट को कर सकते हैं, बट उससे पहले लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड हाउ डू यू विजुअलाइज द प्रोजेक्ट. ऐप को यूज़ करने से पहले यू नीड टू थिंक हाउ द प्रोजेक्ट शुड लुक लाइक. आप क्लासरूम में जाएंगे तो आप कौन सी इनोवेटिव पेडागोजी को ध्यान में रखकर प्रोजेक्ट करवाना चाह रहे हैं. तो इसको हम 4 सरल स्टेप में देख सकते हैं. आई वुड present the screen for you so that you can look at the 4 steps here. The first step is you recognize the challenge. Let's take on the example that Megha was telling right now, how teacher is not able to fulfill the learning outcome of students reading in a classroom. So first teacher will recognize the challenge. वो समझेगा कि क्लास में दिक्कत है क्या, अगर बच्चे नहीं पढ़ पा रहे तो उसके क्या कारण हो सकते हैं. हो सकता है उन्हें बड़े बड़े शब्दों से दिक्कत हो सकता है कि वो जो स्टोरी में टेक्स्ट है उसको पिक्चर के साथ रिलेट ना कर पाए. तो सबसे पहले जो टीचर स्टेप लेगा वो होगा कि चैलेंज को ढंग से समझे कि क्या प्रॉब्लम है उनके क्लासरूम में. The second thing that a teacher will do is, after understanding the problem, they will develop an action plan. If I want to address a problem in my classroom, how will I address it? What is my first step? What is my second step? Should I directly go into the classroom and start reading a different story, or should I sit back, reflect, make an action plan and then go prepared in my classroom? The third step that a teacher has to do, after making the action plan, implement that action plan. तो इस केस में जैसे टीचर ने डिसाइड किया कि सबसे पहले टीचर समझेगा कि रिसोर्स डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करने के लिए कितने बच्चों के पास मोबाइल फ़ोन है, तो उस तरह एक ग्रुपिंग की जाए. सबसे पहला स्टेप वो होगा. दूसरा स्टेप होगा कि टीचर समझेगा कि ये रिसोर्सेज को किस तरह भेजा जाए, क्या ये पेरेंट्स के व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप के थ्रू भेजा जा सकता है. तीसरा टीचर समझेगा कि कितने बच्चे इसको देख कर आ रहे हैं, इस पर क्या क्वेश्चंस पूछने हैं, क्लास में क्या डिस्कशन करना है, एंड सो फोर्थ. तो इस तरीके का एक एक्शन प्लान बना के द टीचर विल इम्प्लीमेंट इन द क्लासरूम. एंड द फोर्थ एंड द फाइनल, द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट स्टेप जो कि मेगा ने भी कवर किया, वो है अपने जो आप एक्शन स्टेप ले रहे हैं क्लास में उसका इम्पैक्ट स्टडी करना. उसके बिना आप समझ नहीं पाएंगे कि जो प्रोजेक्ट आप कर रहे हैं वो कितना फ़ायदेमंद है आपके बच्चों के लिए, क्या वो सही में लर्निंग आउटकम्स को अचीव कर पा रहा है. आपके प्रोजेक्ट का एक ऑब्जेक्टिव होगा. इस केस में टीचर का ऑब्जेक्टिव था कि बच्चे पढ़ना सीख जाए, शब्दों को पिक्चर से जोड़ना सीख जाए. तो द इम्पैक्ट शुड काइंड ऑफ assess whether the students are able to do that or not. So some very strong assessment to make sure that students develop the specific skills targeted through project. ये हम एक प्रोजेक्ट को एक टीचर इस तरह विजुलाइज कर सकता है. नाउ वी विल मूव ऑन टू सी हाउ कैन अ टीचर और अ स्कूल लीडर डू इट ऑन द ऐप. ऐप पे करने के लिए देर आर 5 थिंग्स टू कीप इन माइंड. I would like the screen to be displayed where 5 steps can be shown. For Diksha app, project capability is very simple. A lot of teachers today are doing a lot of content learning and resource sharing on Diksha. This is a slightly different capability where you just have to implement a project after learning something. तो इसको कैसे करेंगे? सबसे पहला आप प्रोजेक्ट का टाइटल डिज़ाइन करेंगे. इस केस में जो हम एग्जाम्पल लेकर चल रहे हैं उसमें लेट्स से मैंने टाइटल अपना रख दिया प्रोजेक्ट का इलस्ट्रेशंस विथ टेक्स्ट, कि मैं फ़ोटो को टेक्स्ट से जोड़ना सिखा रही हूँ बच्चों को. अब जैसे टाइटल रख दिया, इसको हम प्रोजेक्ट को एडिट कर देंगे ऐप पर. उसके बाद हम इसका लक्ष्य लिखेंगे, इसका ऑब्जेक्टिव लिखेंगे कि हम इस प्रोजेक्ट के थ्रू क्या अचीव करना चाह रहे हैं. तो फॉर एग्ज़ाम्पल इस टीचर ने ऑब्जेक्टिव लिख दिया दैट I want all my students to be able to read story this by connecting the text with the illustrations. तो ये हो गया उस टीचर का ऑब्जेक्टिव. थर्ड स्टेप जो होगा वो टीचर को टास्क एक एक करके डालने पड़ेंगे कि वो पहला टास्क क्या करेगा, दूसरा टास्क क्या करेगा. कुछ उदाहरण हमने अभी एग्जाम्पल के थ्रू स्टडी भी किए थे कि व्हाट कैन अ टीचर डू to successfully do that project in the classroom. The fourth step that a teacher will have to do is have the impact of that steps already taken. Now to study the impact, a teacher can do a small assessment in the classroom. A teacher can study whether out of the students in the classroom, how many percentage of students have achieved the project objective. एंड पांचवा जो सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट स्टेप है हमारे इस विद्या अमृत महोत्सव का, दैट इज़ सबमिटिंग अ जर्नी वीडियो. इस पर आगे और भी डिस्कशन करेंगे, बट जर्नी वीडियो को अगर मैं एक लाइन में बोलूँ तो आप जो 35 से 40 मिनट का क्लास ले रहे हैं अपना, उसको किस तरह आप छोटे से वीडियो के माध्यम से, मतलब यू जस्ट हैव टू हाईलाइट द ग्लिम्सेस ऑफ योर क्लासरूम इन द फॉर्म ऑफ अ वीडियो. Now these glimpses could include many things: your students actually doing the activity, you taking the class, the impact that you are achieving, the challenge you are trying to solve. So all this can be collaborated in a 5-minute video and can be uploaded on the Diksha app itself. These were 5 steps through which you can design a project on the Diksha app, and video करते ही आपका project submit हो जाएगा. जो आप स्क्रीन पर अभी देख रहे हैं वो उस तरीके का आपको प्रोजेक्ट कैपेबिलिटी दिखेगा. जैसे ही आपके पास अपने राज्य से, अपने स्टेट से प्रोजेक्ट का लिंक आता है, आपको कुछ इस तरीके का प्रोजेक्ट दिखेगा अपने ऐप पे. You simply have to edit the project title, Vidya Amrit Mahotsav project title, also edit the objective of the project and start adding the tasks कि आपने उस project को finish करने के लिए क्या task को implement किया. जैसे ही आप task finish करते हैं, at the same time you can start uploading कुछ pictures उस task के related. जैसे भी मैंने कोई टास्क फिनिश किया कि मैंने बच्चों की ग्रुपिंग कर दी फॉर एग्जांपल क्लासरूम में, तो मैं वो ग्रुपिंग का एक छोटा सा पिक्चर डाल दूंगी कि बच्चों को किस किस ग्रुप में हमने सिलेक्ट किया और कितनों के पास डिवाइसेस हैं नहीं है. तो एक तरीके का एक एविडेंस हम इस ऐप पर डाल सकते हैं. तो ये था पूरा दीक्षा ऐप और दीक्षा प्रोजेक्ट कैपेबिलिटी के बारे में. इसके सारे वीडियोस भी स्टेट आपके साथ शेयर करेंगे और हमारा जो विद्या अमृत पोर्टल का वेब पेज है वहाँ पर भी यूज़र गाइड बहुत डिटेल में एडेड है, जहाँ से आप सीख सकते हैं कि इस ऐप को किस तरह यूज़ करना है, कैसे टास्क एडिट करने हैं, कैसे अपने प्रोजेक्ट को बनाना है ऐप पे.
Thank you, Sharul. I think it was very informative. How would it help teachers, educators, and how would it help our all targeted users? And I think this was very informative. So I would like to highlight few key points here. Of course, जो आपने अभी चीज़ें बताई, एक तो size of the video should be is important here, right? It should be not more than 50 MB. Yes. And timings which you spoke about 5 minutes, and important thing here is also to remember that it's like glimpses which we need to capture it here while submitting this. And also it's important to know that we have a lot of information on our website which is microim.india.gov.in. So you will have a lot of information on this site when we talk about all those phases which Megha spoke about. This covers a state starter pack. You can have that information there. Then you talk about the user guide, meaning how teachers, educators and head teachers leveraging the Diksha app capability can submit their entries for innovative pedagogy competition is also given. Then we talk about frequently asked questions have been also uploaded there, and a lot of other information, templates, it's all available on this website. So please do visit on this website, and I think we can take any questions if we have.
Of course. Thank you so much for sharing all those important details associated with Vidya Amrit Mahotsav with all our viewers. Once again, I would like to thank all the panelists who have been a part of this conversation, and thank you to all the viewers as well. In the conversation, we are still left by 10 minutes and we have certain beautiful comments pouring in the comment section of NCERT Official, where we also have few queries. So if you allow me, could we take those questions from the comment section?
Sure, ma'am.
Alright, so as we were discussing about Vidya Amrit Mahotsav, how it is going to be more encouraging and participative for all our viewers. So the first question itself is, who all can participate in Vidya Amrit Mahotsav, and if we can also club it with how can we participate in it? Charul ma'am, would you like to inform our viewers about that?
Sure. So how, like Arvind ji and Megha ji mentioned, all the teachers, teacher educators and school leaders can participate in Vidya Amrit Mahotsav, and they can all submit a project on Diksha app. To do this, there are certain steps to be followed. You need to make sure you have the latest version of Diksha app downloaded. You need to make sure you are logged into the app, and you need to make sure you can access the project. The state will assign the project to you and you have to edit that project. So in order to edit the project, as Arvind ji was mentioning, the user guide is also uploaded on the web page. You can have a look at it. We will soon upload a lot of videos on the NCERT YouTube channel also, and the links will also be shared.
Thank you for answering that appropriately for our viewers. So ma'am, as you mentioned about the submission of videos, so is submitting video regarding the Vidya Amrit journey, is it compulsory for them?
Yes, so it is compulsory that your project should be completed on the app the status of your project should be completed, and there should be a maximum 50 MB or 5 minute of video uploaded along with your project. Without this, your entry will not be considered valid and will not be considered for evaluation also.
Thank you so much for your inputs. And as we mentioned about the submission of video, Arvind sir, what are the important points that we have to keep in mind while submitting our video and also while creating the video?
I think it's important thing to know, like I mentioned earlier also, that size of the video should be 50 MB and duration, I can say approximately it should be 5 minutes video which should be created, and content guidelines needs to be, there shouldn't be any copyright, content should be appropriate, it shouldn't be blurred, it should be giving clear message about your glimpses, about your innovation. So all those things are very, very important and vital while creating those videos.
And also in this video, Megha ma'am, what are the important features like the components of the video and what parameters need to be captured?
So this is your journey, right? This is a teacher's journey. So they need to decide what they want to put in, but the idea of the video is highlighting your innovative journey. So it could have like the project flow is share your challenges, take action steps, and measure your impact. So similarly, your video can also have these components where there are glimpses of challenges in your classroom, glimpses of your action steps, how you have assessed to find out the impact of the of your solution. Now you can also capture the wow moment or the aha factor in your lesson plan.
Yes, thank you so much. So I think that we are going to get a lot of entries in the form of videos from our viewers. So ma'am, how will we evaluate the videos that are being submitted to us?
So there is a set evaluation criteria. It could be, these videos can be evaluated on the basis of how simple they are or how relevant they are, how creative they are, how innovative they are. So on all of these parameters, multiple videos can be evaluated and top 15 would be selected out of it at the state level. Once these top 15 are selected, outreach of these top 15 videos will happen by the states only. So like Arvindji also mentioned, public voting would be very important. Their rating is important, how much the video is played, for how long the video is played. All of these factors would be decided to find out what are the top 3 videos per state and UT. Now all of these top 3 videos per state UT would be submitted to national level, to CIET, NCERT. And then NCERT will also evaluate these 3 videos, top 3 videos from each state, and will select top 10 videos nationally.
Well, that's an interesting opportunity for all the teachers watching this session, and we still have around 5 minutes. Is there something else you would like to add?
Yes, I can highlight few important things here. Like we often get mixed up or we interchangeably use word which I mentioned in my in my opening session also, that don't mix up Vidya Amrit and micro improvement, because when we say Vidya Amrit, so aim of the Vidya Amrit is to encourage all innovations which are into micro form. So that's point number 1. Point number 2, which I would like to highlight, that there is a web page which we already highlighted, that's called microimp.india.gov.in. So that's a web page which disseminates the information, which delivers the information about Vidya Amrit. And then we also have Diksha app capability, meaning those micro improvement project capability is available on Diksha app that can be leveraged to do so, to effectively implement this initiative to reach to some level. So those are important things. And when we talk about innovative competition, pedagogy competition, then this is one of the initiative which is taken under the program of Vidya Amrit. So these are few important points, and very quickly in the last couple of minutes, I would request, since we have time, I would request Charul to immediately or quickly display the portal here, so that our user can have a quick look on that.
Sure. So this portal that you see here is Vidya Amrit portal, Vidya Amrit web page. This is designed, and there is a special page for Mahotsav also here, as you can see. If you go in this Vidya Amrit Mahotsav 2022 page, you can see what is the theme of this. You can also download a starter pack from the link given here. The starter pack will inform states A to Z what are the steps to be done to implement Vidya Amrit Mahotsav in your state. There's also a circular attached. It will give you information about what this festival is, what is it trying to do, and lastly there are guidelines for teachers and school leaders. As I was informing before, there are user guides link that you can see, which will tell you how to use Diksha app, how to log in, how to update the profile, how to do your projects, and there are also FAQ section here. There are again guidelines for states and UTs to look at. Do explore the web page and go through the resources put on these web page. Lastly, I would like to say all the projects that you are doing are just a +1, just a small change to what you regularly do in your classroom. So identify the problem and just take +1 change, just a small change towards what you do in your regular classroom, and that is all that this Mahotsav is asking you to do, and submit it on the app so that your idea can be recognized in the whole nation and can be celebrated with the larger education ecosystem and the teachers in the community.
So let's celebrate Vidya Amrit Mahotsav 2022 together. So thank you to the three panelists who have been a part of this conversation. Thank you, Arvind sir, for guiding the path in our conversation, and thank you so much Megha ma'am for apprising us with the different phases, the 4 phases that runs behind it, and thank you so much Charul ma'am for providing all those necessary details in the conversation. So all the viewers who have connected with this conversation in this session, thank you so much. And thank you for your beautiful comments that are still pouring in the comment section of NCERT Official. Well, it's time for us to wrap up this particular session, but stay connected to NCERT Official as our upcoming session is Sahyog, providing guidance for mental well-being and psychosocial support for all the students and viewers watching our sessions out there. And I do think that Vidya Amrit Mahotsav is a very good opportunity for all the teachers, the school leaders. So I hope you all be a part of this session and keep on sharing your entries and videos with us. So till we meet for the next time, stay connected to NCERT Official and keep watching PM Vidya channels. Namaskar.